I'm an iPhone 4 user. I have a 2 gigabyte data consumption limit. Right now, I have the solution to AT&T and Apple's bandwidth issue. The reason for the limitation of data consumption is that it does stress the bandwidth in which the network runs on. However, I have a solution. And I'm going to gear this presentation towards app developers and Apple and AT&T, but also my favorite application, Pandora. Right now, I don't use Pandora as much as I could. I used to use Pandora 3 to 4 hours a day, but now have had to limit my consumption of Pandora as it is hitting my data consumption plan heavily. So, my solution? It's simple. And Apple and AT&T, if you're listening to this is going to be something that your app developers are going to love. And not just AT&T and Apple, but any app developer that has an application for any type of smartphone, as this seems to be an issue across the board. My solution is simple. Apple, you've already done this once, so now I'm going to describe it in even more simpler terms as it applies to the application world. Right now, your MacBook allows itself to be partitioned so that you can have Windows on one side and Apple on the other side. So, my solution? Do the same thing for the app. Allow the application developer to partition the app. On one side, you leave it so that it streams data over the network. And AT&T, you can then charge for the data consumption that's being streamed. On the right side, you could then create a section that you could cache data. Now, to the app developer, this is a dream come true. Having the ability to partition an application will allow the user, when they are within a Wi-Fi spot, to cache up to 2 to 3 hours of music. You as the app developer then will create a function within the app that will allow the user to choose whether or not they'd like to stream the data live using up their consumption plan, or if they would like to use the data that's cached. So in Pandora's case, I would be able to, while I'm at work, when I'm at a Wi-Fi hotspot, be able to basically download 3 to 4 hours of music into my cache file or folder, whatever you app geeks call that particular area. When I leave work then, and I've left my Wi-Fi hotspot, which hasn't used any of my data consumption plan, I will then be able to turn on the feature that you will have developed to be able to listen to my Pandora while it's in the cache mode. This saves me, again, bandwidth and data consumption. Now, Pandora and other apps that like to use analytics to track the user, you're probably saying, well, gee, now I don't know how I'm going to be able to track whether or not I like the music or not. Wrong, because you as the app developer are going to build in one more feature into this app, and that's going to allow the cache, when I reconnect to a Wi-Fi hotspot, to dump the data along with my analytics and my thumbs up and thumbs down and any music I didn't like. Having this capability is going to revolutionize the way that applications are going to run, but it will also take the stress off the network system, AT&T. And Apple, it'll allow more users the ability to use applications that they liked using and like on your network because your platform is very nice. It'll allow people like myself as well to cache Netflix movies without affecting the data consumption and keeping, again, the bandwidth off the network, which is stressing the system as we speak. And AT&T, I only know this because occasionally you do drop my calls and I'm not a happy camper. So, Pandora, if you're out there and you have an app developer, again, I'll repeat this in slow motion. You partition the app. Left side streaming live, right side caching. Built-in feature to be able to allow the user to stream live or stream off the cache. And if they don't do the cache, well, then they're streaming live. And again, Pandora, you create one more feature so that when I reconnect to the Wi-Fi and I want or even need to dump the cache, you take my analytics with it. You're a happy camper, and you continue to be able to market to me. You continue to be able to give me the artists that I love to hear. So this is just my tidbit for today, and I'm sure I'll dream up some other crazy idea as I always do. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope that everybody has a fantastic evening.